Good morning. So today I am going to teach you reaction of metals with water. So it is reaction of metals with water. Actually different metals uh, reacts in a different way with water. Some of the metals which are highly reactive reacts with water very violently. Getting this? Some of the metals which are means moderately reactive reacts readily, okay, or we can say reacts rapidly with water. Getting this? So with water na means metal react with water in three ways. First way, metals react with cold water. Some of the metal reacts with cold water. Then some of the metal reacts with hot water. And some of the metals reacts with steam. Some of the metals reacts with steam. So we will discuss a metal reacting with cold water, okay, a metal reacting with hot water, and a metal reacting with steam. Okay. So in general, a metal reacts with water to form metal hydroxide plus hydrogen gas is liberated in this process. Okay. So in general, I am going to write here metal plus water, then the product formed is metal hydroxide plus hydrogen gas is liberated in this process. But you have to keep in mind here water, okay, may be cold or hot. May be cold or hot. Means when a metal reacts with either cold water or hot water, it is going to produce metal hydroxide, and hydrogen gas is going to be liberated in this reaction. One more thing, when water is not cold and means neither cold nor hot, it is in form of steam, okay, not steam, okay. Then metal plus steam, again it is water, but this time it is steam. This time the water is steam. Okay. So metal plus steam forms metal oxide. Plus hydrogen gas is produced in this reaction. So the difference you are getting, when a metal reacts with water, even it is cold water or hot water, okay, then it is going to produce metal hydroxide. But when metal reacts with steam, then it is going to form metal oxide, not metal hydroxide. It is going to form metal oxide with steam, and hydrogen gas will be produced again. Okay. Now we will discuss reaction of most of the metals with water one by one. Okay. So start with sodium. And potassium. Okay. So at first I am going to write potassium reacts with cold water, okay, violently, getting me? Potassium reacts with cold water violently, okay, and produces potassium hydroxide KOH along with hydrogen gas. Okay. So the reaction involved in this is K plus H2O, and H2O is cold water. It is cold. Okay. K plus H2O. H2O is cold here. Okay. So it is going to form KOH. It is going to form KOH, and hydrogen gas is being produced here. But this reaction is highly exothermic. This reaction is highly exothermic. You know what is exothermic? Na? Exothermic means the reaction in which heat is evolving out. So this reaction is highly exothermic, and due to this highly exothermic reaction, means what? Heat is being produced here. Okay, so due to this the heat produced okay, burns the hydrogen gas produced okay. This reaction is highly exothermic. Exothermic means heat is being produced in this reaction, and due to this heat produced, or due to this produced heat, we can write like this: due to this heat produced, okay, not matching, okay. This reaction is highly exothermic, okay, and due to this the heat produced burns the hydrogen gas. Potassium is reacting with cold water, and one of the product is hydrogen gas here. This hydrogen gas is highly inflammable. And here heat energy is also produced, because this reaction is exothermic. So plus heat energy, and this heat energy, okay, burns the hydrogen. This heat energy burns the hydrogen, okay. And not only this hydrogen, this potassium also burns the hydrogen, then also the potassium later. So this reaction is means this reaction takes place explosively. We can say it takes place explosively. This reaction takes place explosively because hydrogen gas burns, and due to burning of hydrogen gas, some explosion is observed. Getting this? Then come to sodium. Just like potassium, sodium also reacts with cold water violently. Okay, just like potassium, sodium also reacts with cold water violently. Producing hydrogen gas. So what will be the reaction? sodium plus cold water, Na plus H2O. This H2O here is cold water. So sodium plus cold water reacts to form sodium hydroxide, NaOH, plus hydrogen gas is produced, and along with this heat energy is also produced. So we can say this reaction is also exothermic. This reaction is also exothermic. Okay. So also this reaction is what? Exothermic. So if the reaction is exothermic, means heat is being produced. So this produced heat burns hydrogen gas. This produced heat burns hydrogen gas. Getting me? So again this reaction is explosive in nature. This reaction is explosive in nature. Okay. So these two reactions means reaction of potassium with cold water and reaction of sodium with cold water shows that these two metals are highly reactive in nature. Okay. Now come to reaction of calcium with water. So calcium also reacts with cold water. Calcium also reacts with cold water. But the reaction is not that much vigorous as in case of sodium and potassium. As in case of sodium and potassium. Getting this? I have written calcium also reacts with cold water, but the reaction is not that much vigorous. Okay, calcium can react with cold water, okay, but not that much violently as we were discussing in case of sodium and potassium. Okay, so it is calcium plus water, H2O. Again this is cold water here, and it is forming calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas is produced. Along with this heat energy is produced. But this heat energy produced is very low, and since the heat energy produced is very low, so it is not able to burn hydrogen gas. Okay, the heat energy produced in this case is low and is not able to burn hydrogen gas, H2 gas produced. Getting this now? Very important. I told you again, calcium can react with cold water, but the reaction is not that much vigorous as compared to sodium and potassium. And again this reaction is exothermic, means heat is being released here, but this heat is very low, and because the heat energy produced in this case is low, okay, it is not able to burn hydrogen gas produced. So this time this hydrogen gas is not going to catch fire, means this reaction will not be explosive in nature, as we have discussed in case of sodium and potassium. Getting this? One very important thing regarding this reaction is, I am writing it in note. This is very important. Okay, they very important. VVI. This is very important. Okay, so what is this? The calcium metal starts floating over water, after some time. Because the bubbles of hydrogen gas formed, because the bubbles of hydrogen gas, H2 gas formed, gets stick to the calcium metal. Once again I am telling you, this is very, very important. Okay, and it is the calcium metal starts floating over water. Means what? Say this is water, inside this container water is present, and you just means you are going to react calcium with water. So once you will insert calcium, okay, then after some time what will happen? Hydrogen gas will be produced, and this hydrogen gas will be stick to the surface of calcium, and due to the bubbles of hydrogen gas now, okay, the calcium metal will start floating. Calcium metal will start floating on the or over the water. Getting this? So this is I have written, the calcium metals start floating over water after some time, because the bubbles of hydrogen gas formed gets stick to the calcium metal. Very, very important. Okay. Second most important thing is, this time hydrogen gas do not catches fire because the heat produced is quite low. Okay. Come to reaction of magnesium with water. Reaction of magnesium with water. Okay, so I am going to write here, magnesium do not react with cold water. Getting this? In case of magnesium now, magnesium is not going to react with cold water. Magnesium reacts with hot water. Magnesium reacts with hot water to produce magnesium hydroxide. MgOH2 and hydrogen gas H2. Getting this? Okay. So it is magnesium plus water, but this time it is hot water. And it is going to form magnesium hydroxide. Okay. And along with this, hydrogen gas is produced. I have told you earlier, reaction I am not going to balance. Okay, you have to balance the reaction. I have told you how to balance. Okay, so reaction I am writing is not balanced. You have to check and balance. Okay, this will help you, your practice Okay, you will have to practice more and more to balance. Okay, and simply you will become means very effective in balancing of chemical reaction. Okay, now magnesium reacts with hot water, it is okay. Magnesium also reacts with steam, okay, means very vigorously. Okay, so I am going to write here magnesium reacts with steam quite vigorously, quite vigorously, quite vigorously to form magnesium oxide and hydrogen gas. Okay, so this time it is magnesium plus H2O, but this H2O is neither cold water nor hot water. This is what? This is steam, in form of steam. Okay, this is steam, and it is producing magnesium oxide plus hydrogen gas. Getting the difference? Initially I told you metal reacts with water. Okay, means this is metal M plus H2O. M plus H2O. This H2O is cold or hot. Cold or hot. Then the product formed will be MOH, metal hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. But when metal reacts with steam, metal plus steam, then the product formed is metallic oxide plus hydrogen gas. So you can just look here, magnesium plus hot water, so it is giving you magnesium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. This time it is magnesium plus steam, so product formed is changed. This time it is not magnesium hydroxide, this is magnesium oxide plus hydrogen gas. Okay, one more thing. Again in this case now, in this case, as we have discussed in case of calcium, okay, this magnesium metal starts floating over water. Getting this? In this case now, magnesium metal starts floating over water. Reason you can guess now? Starts floating over water after some time. Okay, the magnesium metal starts floating over water after some time. Reason you can guess. What is the reason? Reason is this bubbles of this hydrogen gas gets stick to magnesium metal, and due to this magnesium starts floating over the water. Okay. Now come to metals like aluminum, zinc, iron. Metals like aluminum, zinc, iron zinc, iron, etc. do not reacts with cold or hot water. Cold and hot water. Okay, you have to keep it in mind that metals like aluminum, zinc, iron, okay, these are not going to react with either with cold water or hot water. Okay, so these metals reacts with steam. these metals reacts with steam. Okay, these metals reacts with steam. So aluminum reacts with steam to form aluminum oxide. Aluminum reacts with steam to form aluminum oxide. Okay, aluminum reacts with steam to form aluminum oxide. One more thing, this reaction is not vigorous. Okay, means this reaction is quite slow. This reaction is slow because of this reaction is slow because of presence of a coating of oxide layer on the surface of aluminum metal. Very important thing. Okay, I have written this reaction is slow. This reaction is slow because of presence of a coating of oxide layer. Because of a presence of coating of a oxide layer on the surface of aluminum metal. See, it is aluminum. Okay, see, it is aluminum, piece of aluminum. When it will be exposed to atmosphere for a long time, then what will happen? Oxygen present in the atmosphere, okay, will simply form a layer which is called as oxide layer over this aluminum surface, which will make this aluminum less reactive. Okay, so this aluminum is less reactive now. That's why the reaction will be slow. Okay, so what will be the reaction? I am going to write the reaction. Reaction will be aluminum plus steam. Okay, steam means water in its vapor phase. Steam means what? Steam is water in its vapor phase. So write here H2O. Okay, so it is going to give you Al2O3 plus hydrogen gas will be evolved. Okay, now come to zinc. Zinc also reacts with steam. To produce zinc oxide. Here it is aluminum oxide now because it is steam. Okay, Okay, so zinc also reacts with steam to produce zinc oxide ZnO and hydrogen gas. So reaction will be Zn plus H2O, steam in form of steam. It will give you zinc oxide ZnO plus hydrogen gas H2. Okay. Now come to iron. So iron, we have to heat iron. At first we have to heat iron, and then only iron is going to react with steam. Okay, so I am going to write red hot iron, red hot iron, very important, red hot, not iron, it is red hot iron. Okay, uh, we have provided heat to the iron. So red hot iron reacts with steam, red hot iron reacts with steam to produce iron 2 oxide, means this FeO, to produce, sorry, iron 2,3 oxide, it will produce iron 2,3 oxide, to produce iron 2,3 oxide, 2,3 oxide. Okay, so reaction involved is, this is iron which is red hot, iron IFE means it is red hot, it is reacting with steam H2O, this is steam, red hot iron plus steam, it will give you Fe3O4, which is iron 2,3 oxide, iron 2,3 oxide. Okay, plus hydrogen gas will be produced. Getting this? Now, metals like copper, silver, gold, etc., platinum, okay, etc., do not react with cold water, hot water, okay, and steam. So I am writing here metals like copper, silver, platinum, gold, etc., do not even react with steam. Do not even react with steam. Okay, means copper plus water or silver plus water or gold plus water, you are not going to see any chemical change there. Okay. Now come to cause of production of hydrogen gas. Cause of production of hydrogen gas. Cause of production of hydrogen gas. This is very important. So I told you now, when metal reacts with water, then metal hydroxide or metal oxide is formed, and along with this hydrogen gas is produced. So what is the cause of production of hydrogen gas? So water has a property of self-protonation, Okay, this is very important. Water has a property of self-protonation. What is self-protonation? What is self-protonation? Self-protonation means dissociation of water molecule. Into H plus and OH minus ions. Getting this? What is self-protonation of water? Self-protonation of water is nothing but the dissociation of water molecule into H plus and OH minus ion. Means this is H2O and this H2O is having a property called as self-protonation, and due to which it gets dissociated into H plus and OH minus ion. Okay, so H2O gets dissociated into H plus and OH minus ion. This H plus means what? The H plus means what? It is having it is lacking in electron. Okay, means electrons are less here. Plus means what? Plus sign shows means electrons have been removed, so it needs electron. So what happens when a metal reacts with water now? So metals which are highly reactive like sodium, potassium, calcium, these have a tendency to lose electron. These have a tendency to lose electron. These have a tendency to lose electron. Very important thing I am telling you. Okay, these metals are highly reactive metals: potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium. Okay, and these have a tendency to lose electrons. So suppose sodium is reacting with water. Sodium is reacting with water, and I told you water, due to self-protonation, okay, has dissociated into H plus and OH minus ion. H plus and OH minus ion. And suppose sodium is reacting with this, and I told you sodium is highly reactive metal, so it have a tendency to lose electron. So sodium will become Na plus, and it will lose one electron. It will lose one electron. So this one electron it will give to H plus ion. Getting me? This one electron which is released by this sodium to become Na plus, okay, it gives this electron to H plus ion. So once this H plus ion takes this one electron, it becomes H. There is more H plus ion present. Okay, and more atoms of sodium are there. So many atoms of sodium are there. So more H plus is there, more electrons is being accepted by H plus ion. So H plus H, it will become H2 gas. So this is the reason behind production of hydrogen gas. Okay, and the metals which are less reactive, have less tendency to release electron, to lose electron. So they are not able to give electron to, means H plus ion is not going to reduce, so hydrogen gas is not going to be produced. Okay, so this is the reason of production of hydrogen gas. Okay, thank you. In next video I will be teaching you reaction of metals with acid. Okay, thank you.